Good afternoon, Rochester and Auburn Hills. You're listening to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Today we've got an interesting women's basketball matchup. It's your Oakland Golden Grizzlies going against the Detroit Mercy Titans. Good afternoon. My name is Noah Stalker. I'll be your play-by-play guy for today. And on my left is Gavin Smilowski here on color commentary. So, Gavin, not a good start. Not a good start right now for the Golden Grizzlies so far. They've lost 6 of their last 7, including a 3-game losing streak as of right now. How do you think that's going to change today?
Yes, an interesting matchup is definitely what I would call this. Both teams are pretty close in the Horizon League standings. Oakland sitting 5-6 overall in the conference, fifth, and Detroit Mercy sitting at 6-6, fourth overall. So this is going to be an interesting and also an important matchup. A win here for Oakland could push them up into fourth and give them better position in the Horizon League. And for anyone who's following the Women's Horizon League basketball this year, position is going to mean everything since the two top teams in this division have been running the conference. Purdue Fort Wayne is 13-0 in conference, whereas Green Bay is 11-1. So despite the 5-6 conference record right now, OU does still sit in fifth. But as you said, they've lost 6 of the last 7 and are really looking to turn something around here this weekend at home. They've lost the last 3 games, so they're going to have something to prove. But don't count out Detroit Mercy. They're also coming off of a 3-game losing streak. So both teams are, it's the Subway Series. It's the interstate matchup here tonight. It's really going to be important who comes on top just for bragging rights and, of course, for position in the Horizon League.
Now, let's not forget, the last time that these two teams played, a little less than a month ago, Detroit Mercy got the upper hand on the Golden Grizzlies. They won by an 8-score margin, 67-59. Hopefully, Oakland can change that today.
It's going to take a lot. And running the team so far has been all Maddie Skorupski this year. The transfer from Michigan State, played her freshman year at MSU, came here last year as a sophomore, got all right minutes, not a ton of time, but this year has taken a step that none of us were going to expect. She is averaging 16.5 points per game on 3 rebounds, assists, and steals. But that doesn't come with her partner in crime, Macy Smith. Transferred to the team as well this year. She's averaging 12 points per game, and those are the only 2 Grizzlies in double figures. So the primary scoring bulk has come from those 2. As for Detroit Mercy, they kind of have that same situation. Amaya O'Brien, the 5'1" guard, is averaging 14.5, whereas Aliyah McQueen is averaging 15.5 and 7.5 rebounds and has been dominant down low. Something that Oakland has struggled to do. Defense in the paint has been tough. Miriam, if anyone who was around last year, Miriam Beeson was that true force down low. Massive 6'4" to 6'5" frame, a phenomenal interior defender. But her not being here this year has been that primary difference inside, and I think we could expect McQueen to take advantage of that today.
And meanwhile, the starting 5 for both teams, we got for your Golden Grizzlies, it is Maddie Skorupski, Kylie Buckley, Macy Smith, Madison Royal Davis, and Danielle Grimm. Meanwhile, for the Detroit Mercy Titans, starting off for them, number 0 is Amaya O'Brien, their second leading scorer, and their leading scorer, number 1, Aliyah McQueen. Also rounding up the other 3 is Jasmine Edwards, Michaela Jackson, and Myona Hooper.
Jackson, a great scorer, only averaging 7.5 points per game this year, but averaging a 43% field goal average despite only shooting 14% from 3. I mean, not really the 3-point shooting we can expect, but if we're talking about 3-point shooting, it's all Amaya O'Brien shooting 40% from 3.
And now we are underway. Detroit Mercy gets a tip-off right now. Starting it off is Amaya O'Brien. She's got she hands it over to Hooper, who now gives it to McQueen. McQueen looking in the paint. Gets it over to Edwards. She's got Buckley right all over her. Goes up for a layup. No good. Rebound attempt by Detroit Mercy. Also no good. Now Oakland's got it now. Skorupski waltzing her way over to the midcourt. Tosses it over to Danielle Grimm, who gives it back to Skorupski on the far side. Gives it over. And that's 2 points right there. That was Macy Smith.
Fantastic start for Oakland. They open up with a great defensive possession down low and the easy bucket on the other end for Smith.
Meanwhile, Hooper has it now. Tosses over to McQueen. Gives it back to Hooper. Trying to call out for the team, trying to find an opening somehow. Tosses it over to Michaela Jackson. It's right over a Golden Grizzly. Gives it to Jasmine. Got a 3 attempt right now, and it is good.
Knockdown 3 from McQueen, opening up the score for the Detroit Mercy Titans 3-2 after a minute in the first quarter.
Grim ease it over to Skrupski, but Grim has it now back again. Going over mid-court. Gets it over to Macy Smith. Tries to get the pass with a Buckley, but is no good. Goes right off her hands and back to the Titans. No, never mind. It's another turnover for Golden Grizzlies. Skrupski goes up for 2 and takes the lead up now. 4-3, 8:37 left in the first quarter.
Good concentration there for the Grizzlies. They give off an easy turnover, but are able to get it right back for 2.
Detroit Mercy tries to get the lead back with the floated by O'Brien, but no good. Now a rebound attempt going for 3. Right off the rim. Oh, Detroit Mercy still has it. 20 seconds left on the play clock. Meanwhile, on the far side, that is Hooper. No good on the 3 attempt again. O'Brien now has it. But now it's turned over. Madison Royal Davis charging up on the other side. Going up for a layup, and it is good. 6-3 right now, doubling the lead for the Golden Grizzlies.
Great play by Davis, and unfortunately just the offensive rebounds keeping the possession alive for Detroit Mercy, but great poise for Oakland to keep the ball in their favor.
Edwards has it in the paint, goes up for a layup of her own. Bounces off the rim and is no good. Oakland now has it once again. Grim with it. She gives it to Skrupski. Almost gets picked off, but luckily gets it. Now goes up for a floater of her own. And that is good. 8-3 now.
Beautiful mid-range jump shot for Skrupski. As you said, nearly got taken away, but great concentration and another easy bucket for Oakland.
Right now, Michaela Jackson now has it. Looking for an opening. Gives it to Jasmine Edwards. In the paint. Charges up over to Buckley. No good. Now gives it to O'Brien, who gives it back to Jackson. Hands it off. Now Jasmine Edwards has it. 5 seconds on the play clock. Detroit Mercy's got to get something going. Edwards up for the layup, and it is good. 8-5 now. Oakland still has the lead. 7:10 left in the first period.
Good play by Detroit Mercy with the shot clock winding down. They keep the ball in their possession and get the easy layup on the block.
Macy Smith now has it on the near side for Oakland. Calling out to somebody. Gives it to Grim. Grim's right on the arc. Looking for an opening. Goes up, jump shot. Just left of the rim. Now Detroit Mercy has it once again. O'Brien with it. Hands it off. Gives it to Iona Hooper. Hooper now gives it to Jackson. Jackson tries to go for a shot, but doesn't go for it. Pass it to Hooper. Gives it to O'Brien. O'Brien has a 3 attempt again. And she drains it. Ties the game up now at 8, 6:27 left in the first period. Oakland has the ball once again.
Fantastic shot there. O'Brien, 40% three-point shooter. That's not the one you want to let open. She's got 3 tonight.
Grim now has it. Gives it to Buckley. Moving it around, and we've got a whistle. Looks like it's going to be a foul on Oakland.
It looks like they're going to call it on the floor. I think they're going to tag McQueen with this one.
All right.
And a quick substitution for OU.
Looks like Leanna Baxter's going in. Believe that. All right, that's Kylie Buckley going out now. Leanna Baxter subs in for her. Inbound right now for the Golden Grizzlies. Skrupski has it, goes up for goes up for a backwards layup, and it is good. 10-8.
Beautiful reverse there, and the steal in transition for Skrupski.
Yeah, nice job there on Skrupski, charging into the paint. Knocks the Titan over, and it looks like it's going to be on Detroit Mercy.
Yes, blocking foul they call. I'm not going to lie. You may have seen me go like this. I was expecting the charge there. I thought that was good positioning by Detroit Mercy, but Skrupski able to try to get around that defender, catches him out of position, and it's a blocking foul. 2 free throws on the way for OU.
First free throw attempt for May Skrupski this game. We've got a couple substitutions in right now for Detroit Mercy. In for them is Kaylee Starks, as well as Maddie Abadi. But here comes Skrupski on her first free throw attempt. Here she goes. First one is up, and it is good.
Skrupski already with 7, a very quick start. Averages 16.5 per game. Great first period so far with 6 minutes to go. 11-8 Oakland lead.
And meanwhile, here she goes for her second free throw attempt. Goes up, and it is good. 12-8 now for the Golden Grizzlies. Less than 6 minutes to go in the first period. It is now Detroit Mercy ball. All right, Starks now has it. Flips it over, but it almost loses. Now she actually loses it. Well, Royal Davis with the steal, and now Skrupski has it. Heads over to the Titans side. Gives it to Baxter, who gives it over to Smith. Smith gives it back to Baxter, goes up for two, and it is good. 14-8 now, Golden Grizzlies.
Oakland jumping out front. Another great, just more great ball movement. Oakland, once again, just getting easy opportunities to go down and giving themselves easy points as Baxter quickly adds her first 2 points of the game.
All right, that was inbound there from Detroit Mercy. My O'Brien now has it, gives it to Hooper. Hooper on the far side. Banks it over to McQueen. Goes up for a floater, but no good on there. Now it's Oakland ball once again. Danielle Grimm has it. Loses it, but regains control. Tries a crossover O'Brien. Passes it to Skorupski. Skorupski hands it over to Smith. Smith thinks about a three, but no. Gives it to Grimm once again. Grimm charging. Heaves it to Baxter. Baxter up for two, and it is good. Oakland has doubled their lead once again, 16-8. 4:54 left in the first period.
Using Baxter for another easy, classic, old-school pick and roll for an easy two.
McQueen now has Madison Royal Davis collides with Kaylee Starks right there, and it looks like it's going to be Detroit Mercy ball.
Almost able to pick that off. Royal Davis may find herself with some jail time after this game with the amount of robbery she's causing out here. She's got 3 steals already on this game. Nearly adds that one as her fourth.
With that being said, they are now their first media timeout. We're going to go back to the music here. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU Athletics. Oakland up to a fantastic start against the Tide. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. For you who are just tuning in, this has been a great matchup so far for the women's basketball team. They're up 16-8 against the Detroit Mercy Titans. Got about 4:46 left in the first period, just coming out of the first media timeout. So again, what are your first thoughts about this period?
So we knew coming in that this game was going to be important. Oakland is sitting at 5th in the Horizon League, and Detroit Mercy is sitting in 4th. So the winner of this game is going to get that 4th place position. And Oakland they've answered the questions early. They got an early 16-8 lead. Skorupski's already got 8 points. The defense has been phenomenal. Oakland already has 4 steals, 3 of them coming from Royal Davis. Not to mention they've also forced 4 turnovers already on UFD, whereas they've only had 1. So a great early defensive and offensive start for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Brian had the inbound there for the Titans. It gives it to Kaya Jackson. Great attempt there by Detroit Mercy. Anna Lassen with the attempt was no good. Just barely misses the net. But now it is Oakland ball.
Oh, God, Noah, that's being generous. That shot was not even close. Fantastic defense for OU.
Jazzy Hebert is now in for the Golden Grizzlies. Gives it over to Grimm. Gives it back to Hebert. Back to Grimm. Grimm passes midcourt. Heaves it to Skorupski. One-on-one right there. Gives it to Baxter. Easy 2 attempt right there. 10-point lead now for the Golden Grizzlies. 18-8. 4:25 left in the first period.
Swift pass for Skorupski's second assist. Give Baxter 6 points already on this game.
While Kaylee Starks has it for the Titans, who gives it to Michaela Jackson. Jackson charges through a couple Golden Grizzlies, goes up for a layup of her own, bounces off the rim and is no good. Now it's Oakland once again. Skorupski crosses over Jackson, gives it to Grimm. Now Grimm on the far side gives it to Macy Smith. Baxter once again under the rim, but is no good. And it looks like we got another foul for the Titans. Looks like it's going to be on Michaela Jackson there.
They're going to give the ball out of bounds. Foul goes on Michaela Jackson. That's her first. And it'll be Oakland ball out underneath the basket. Skorupski, the inbounder.
Floats it over to Smith. Gives the Royal Davis is back in now for the Golden Grizzlies. Hands it off over to Macy Smith once again. Goes up for a shot. No good. Detroit Mercy now has it again. 3:43 left in the first period. That is Hooper with it. Stops, passes, loses it. Skorupski now has it. Charges up into the paint. Goes up for a two. And it is good. She made that look flawless. 20-8 now.
And one bucket for Skorupski in transition. I don't even want to be the one to say it, but another steal from Madison Royal Davis. I'm assuming they're going to account that one to her. So she's got 4. Skorupski's got 10 with another free throw coming up. And Oakland's got the 12-point lead.
2 for 2 now. A free throw attempt from A. Skorupski. Let's see if she can make it 3 for 3. And increase this lead even more. First one is up, and it is good. Nothing but nets.
Not the the start I was expecting from Oakland, but fantastic offense to begin.
Oh, and there's another steal there for Skorupski. Davis has with a little scrum there for the ball. Gives it to Skorupski. Heaves it over to Macy Smith. Does not get her hands on it, and it bounces out of bounds. It'll now be Detroit Mercy ball.
Oof, just unfortunate play there. Just a lack of judgment, and off the quick steal, Skorupski kind of sends one flying into the stands. That is her second steal of the game, though. She's got 11 points, a board, 2 assists, and 2 steals on 7 minutes.
Queen on the inbound gives it to Iona Hooper. Gives to Michaela Jackson. Jackson looking for an opening. Bounces off the board and goes in. 21-10 now, Oakland. 3:09 left in the first period. And now it is a near turnover there by Oakland, but it's still back in their hands now. Hebert has it. Loses the ball, but it looks like it was punched out by a Titan, and it's probably going to be Oakland ball now. Hebert with the inbound.
And Oakland kind of struggling under this full court press. That's nearly a turnover twice that possession. They lost the ball in the previous possession, and Oakland struggling to kind of break this here.
They're getting their breaks though. They still have a sizable lead, and they're not turning over the ball too much. Meanwhile, Skorupski has the ball. Gives it back to Skorupski. To Hebert, who's wide open for a 3. Just misses it.
Off target on the open look. Detroit Mercy with a good defensive stand after nearly forcing the turnover on that previous possession. Looking to try to cut this lead to single digits.
Hooper has it now for the Titans. Heaves it over to Starks. Oh, and so he loses it. That's Skorupski with it all alone. Up for 2. It is good. 23-10 Oakland now.
Steal number 3 for Skorupski. And the Oakland defense has been all over the place. 7 total steals already to open this game.
Detroit Mercy now has it. Goes up for a shot of her own. Wide open, but no good for Detroit Mercy. Another rebound attempt, no good. A fight for the ball. Looks like Oakland has it now. Royal Davis pushes over to Baxter. Baxter up for 2. Once again.
Great up and under.
Detroit Mercy, 25-10 now. Oakland, 2:06 left in the first period.
God, Noah, I think that was another steal for Madison Royal Davis. If that's so, that'll put her at 5.
He is on fire right now as we get a whistle blown. And it's going to be Oakland ball right there.
And, I mean, what a performance to start off. Oakland, 25 points with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. This is a team that only averages 61 per game. So nearly half that score in just the first quarter. And is it the offense? I think I'd attribute it more to the defense that they've played. They've forced 7 steals. They've forced 7 turnovers. And they're leading the scoring battle percentage-wise.
3 attempt there by the Queen is no good. So apparently that was Detroit Mercy ball, not Oakland ball. Look, from Coach Richards' perspective, it looked like it was Oakland's ball. Meanwhile, the Golden Grizzlies have it once again. And Detroit Mercy's zone. That's Grimm with it. Skorupski, the hot hand right now. almost loses the ball, but it looks like she had a foot out of bounds and it's going to be Detroit Mercy ball now.
Good on-ball defense by O'Brien. As we were discussing before the game, she stands at 5'1", but averages 14.5 per game. That can mainly be attributed to her fantastic three-point shooting. She shoots 40% from three on the year, but also very quick player, very shifty, uses that to her advantage on both offense and also defensively in that last possession.
It looks like Skorupski got a foot on that. O'Brien tried to bank it over to McQueen, but it was no luck. Skorupski was able to interrupt that, but it looks like it's going to be Detroit Mercy ball on the inbound.
Yeah, good read by Skorupski, trying to add to that steal total. She averages 3 a game, and she's already got 3 tonight in the first quarter.
All right, McQueen will do the honors for the Titans. Hands it off right to O'Brien, covered by Skorupski. See what Detroit Mercy has going. Gives it to McQueen. Edwards in the paint. To Hooper. Over to McQueen. Keeps it all the way on the other side to O'Brien. Goes up for a three. No good. Off the rim. Rebound attempt is no good there for the Titans. Michaela Jackson tries to keep it in bounds, but it's gonna be no good there. It's gonna be Oakland ball once again.
That looked like that three was on target from O'Brien, but off the front of the rim and good poise defensively for Skorupski to force the ball out of bounds and back in their possession.
Danielle Grimm has it for the Golden Grizzlies. Oakland's looking to extend their lead. Got last minute left in the period. Nice. Skorupski has it now. Gives it over to Macy Smith. And she is going to get a foul right there. Pushes a Titan down. It looks like that was Hooper that got the brunt of that.
Yeah, that one's without a doubt offensive charge right there. Extended the elbow and almost threw her to the ground. Did throw her to the ground.
All right, Detroit Mercy now has it. Michaela Jackson with it on the far side. Gives it O'Brien. Almost overthrows her. Kind of easy to do now that is Jackson with it. Tries a crossover E-Bear. Goes up for a hook shot. Bounces off the rim a few times and is good. 25-12 there. 30 seconds left in the first period. Oakland's going to want to do something to get the momentum going into the second period.
Good bucket by Jackson. Just an easy skyhook, kind of leads her way to the rim and gets another two, trying to bring that lead in for Detroit Mercy.
Graham hands it off to Skorupski. Got 16 seconds left. Gonna come up with something now. Trying to cross over our Jackson. No luck, going up for three. See if she gets it. Just right of the rim. Meanwhile, Detroit Mercy has a Hooper. Rushing in, 3 seconds left. Gives it to O'Brien. O'Brien, buzzer beater. No good.
Rattles off. Almost a bucket there at the end, but ended up pretty close.
So after one period of play, it is 25-12 Oakland. It's been all Golden Grizzlies, and it's especially been all Maddie Skorupski in terms of the point scoring. 13 points, I believe.
Yes, another great performance for Skorupski. She's got 13 already.
So with that being said, we are going to take a break so far. We'll be back with some more Oakland basketball action. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Welcome back to the action. You're listening to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. So far, after one period of play, Oakland women basketball on top, 25-12. Starting the second period off strong now. Oakland has the ball. Danielle Grimm with it on the far side. Screen there by Baxter. Gives it to Skrupski. Thinks about a three. Not going to do it. Gives it to Baxter. He gives it back to Skrupski. Charging over on the far side. Loses the ball. Detroit Mercy now has it. That's Jasmine Edwards with it. Now they're going to charge over to midcourt. Looks like that's Jackson with it. Passes it to McQueen. McQueen floater, and it is good. Detroit Mercy gets a scoring off in the second period with a two-pointer. It's 25-14 now Oakland. Jazzy has it with it. Crosses midcourt. Goes on the near side to Skorupski. Skorupski moses over around the perimeter. Hands it off to Danielle Grimm. Covered by O'Brien. Grimm looking for a shot. Gives it to Skorupski on the very far corner. Doesn't go for a three. Hands it to Baxter. Baxter pushes over to Smith, who gives it to Grimm for three. No good. Oh, off the rim. Skorupski on the rebound attempt for a three of her own. Bang! There we go.
Knocks it down for Skorupski. She's got 16.
28-14 now Oakland. 8:51 in the second period. Meanwhile, O'Brien has it for the Titans, who gives it to Hooper. Gives it over to Jackson. Jackson on near side. Inside the arc. Gives it to McQueen. Gives it to Hooper. Gives it to O'Brien. And we've got a whistle. And it is Oakland ball. Meanwhile, we got two substitutions in. Madison Royal Davis and Macy Smith back in. Okay, I believe the numbers mixed up a little bit.
And for anyone just getting back here on both Listen In on WXOU.org and 88.3 FM WXOU, always feel free to subscribe to the WXOU Sports YouTube channel. If any of these broadcasts are not on the radio, you can always catch them live on WXOU Sports on YouTube. Just search up WXOU Sports, subscribe, and listen in for live game broadcasts and interviews.
While Grimm has it now on the near side. Looking for an opportunity, gives it over to Macy Smith. Smith to Royal Davis. Loses it a little bit, regain control, gives it to Skorupski. Skorupski over to Baxter, hands it off back to Skorupski. No good on the shot. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get something going on. Baxter for two. Bounces off. And the shot clock resets, thankfully, to a Titan touching it. Now Grimm with it. Smith for two. Off the rim again. Detroit Mercy now has it, and we've got a stoppage of play.
They're going to call that one on Baxter. Strong rebound there from Royal Davis. She's got four, and able to keep the possession alive. That's something we've been seeing from both teams so far this game. A lot of offensive rebounds trying to keep themselves on the right side of the floor.
Oh, we got Hooper now. Throws it over to somebody.
And
I don't know who it was, but it goes out of bounds.
That unfortunately didn't look like anyone. It's just in between the two players that she was looking to pass to, and it ends up out of bounds, and that's just an unforced error. And the 9th turnover tonight on Detroit Mercy.
Roll Davis to the inbound, gives it to Grimm. Grimm tell him to get open. Crosses midcourt. Flips it to Skorupski. Looking for a shot or a pass. Hands it over to Grimm. In the paint right now. That's Macy Smith. Tosses it over to Skorupski. Back to Smith. Flings it over to Buckley. I've heard her name a lot. Now back to Smith for three. Can she get it? Off the rim. It looked like it was going to go in, but it was no good. Now Detroit Mercy rushing with it now to their offensive zone. Now we got another stoppage of play.
They're going to call that one a blocking foul on Oakland. So possession will remain with U of D. Kind of catching a break there on that transition. Looked like O'Brien nearly lost her handle on it. And it'll be Detroit ball under the basket.
The inbound. Gives it to Elise Tripp. First time on the court today. Gives it to Aaliyah McQueen. Blocked by Royal Davis. McQueen gets it back. Edwards tries to get it, but no good. And then Skorupski knocks it out. Knocks the pass out, but it's going to go out of bounds back to Detroit Mercy.
Good possession again. That one starts with Royal Davis deflecting that pass, nearly taking it away, and a bad ball forced out of bounds. So Detroit Mercy with the ball still, but pinned in the corner. It's going to be tight to try to get out of this spot.
O'Brien lobs it over to McQueen, who goes for a three. Bounces off the front of the rim. And looks like it's going to be a Detroit Mercy foul. That was Gross who got knocked down by Starks.
Great positioning for Skorupski to draw that offensive foul. I mean, that was just a broken possession all the way from that Madison Royal Davis deflection. Detroit Mercy, despite having the ball for another 20 to 25 seconds, they never really regained what they needed to do offensively. And a sloppy open possession ends up in Oakland possession, once again up by 14.
It's less than 7 minutes to go in the second period. Oakland's up 28 to 14. We're going to get the inbound again as Michaela Jackson knocks the ball out. Madison Royal Davis will be the one who does the honors for that. Grimm with it. Crosses midcourt with Royal Davis and Skorupski. Hands it off to Skorupski. Maddie's looking for something. Charges over to the near side. Flips it backwards to Macy Smith. Goes for the same thing. Skorupski over on the near side, on the near perimeter. Flings it over back to Smith. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Going up for two. Rolls over the board in the rim. No good. Rebound attempt. Oh, looks like we got a little scrum going on there, and it's going to be a jump ball.
Everyone hits the deck. Jump ball possession arrow pointed to Detroit Mercy. Good play by both teams there to try to keep the ball alive, but a bad forced shot at the end of the possession coming from Smith, and good defense by Detroit Mercy, forcing another turnover.
Yep, that is now Eli Jackson with the after the jump ball. Royal Davis tries to swat it away, but is no good. Gets it to O'Brien. Meanwhile, McQueen has it once again. Floats it up for two. Bounces off the rim and drains it. 28-16 now. Oakland still has the lead. 12-point lead with 6:10 left in the half.
McQueen's got 7 leading scores for Detroit Mercy. Skorupski leading with 16, leading all scores on OU's end.
3 points so far scored by the Golden Grizzlies in this quarter, as Macy Smith has it, who tosses it over to Maddie Skorupski. Rolls around the perimeter, gives it to Kylie Buckley, gives it back to Skorupski. Looking for a crossover, got a screen there by Buckley, going up for two. Is it going to be good? No, unfortunately not. Bounces off the rim and back into the hands of a Titan. Royal Davis tries to wrestle it away, but is no good. Charging with his McQueen. Wide open for three is Tripp, and she drains it. 28-19 now for the Golden Grizzlies.
Great vision there for McQueen. Quick assist. She's now got 1 on the night, along with a rebound and 7 points.
Gonna have to look for an answer now. Detroit Mercy has been dominating the second quarter. Macy Smith has it now. Gives it to Kylie Buckley. Goes up for a shot, but it is no good, and it looks like it's still gonna be Oakland ball, thankfully.
And they're gonna call a shooting foul there. Buckley will hit the line. Good possession there by Oakland to try to get something to fall. They've been struggling over these last few minutes, and they need something to go. And sometimes just getting to the line and knocking down a few free throws can bring confidence back. And only up by 9 now, trying to stretch that lead to double digits.
First free throw is up. Bounces in the rim, then bounces right out. No good there. We got one more attempt for Kylie Buckley. She can get her first points of the game and to try and get the momentum back on the Golden Grizzlies side, make it a 10-point game. Her second free throw is up. Same deal there. No good. 0 for 2 for Buckley. But, okay. Tripp had the ball there for the Titans, but Royal Davis came up from behind, punched it out, but it looks like it's still going to be Detroit Mercy ball.
Just playing tenacious, hungry defense. Royal Davis, she's got 5 boards and 4 steals, was almost able to make it 5 there in transition.
Tripp loses it right there, being guarded by Skorupski, gives it to Jasmine Edwards. Almost goes past midcourt, but stays on Oakland's side. Skorupski interrupts the pass, but O'Brien finds a way to recover. Gives it over wide open Tripp. Again, doesn't go for a 3, and it is ripped out by Royal Davis. Now Skorupski gives it to Skorupski, charges over to Detroit Mercy side, goes up for 2, and it is good. That's what we like to see from Skorupski. 30-19 now, 4:40 left in the second period.
The shorter O'Brien just not able to defend Skorupski in transition, and Royal Davis just earlier in the possession nicely tries to poke it away. That second time, she just tears it away and gets her 5th steal.
Jackson has to hand it off to McQueen, gives it to McQueen, goes for a 3, and she drains it. Nothing but net there for the Titans. Gets a lead down to 8 for the Golden Grizzlies. 30-22, 4:20 left in the half.
She's been all the offense so far. She's got 10 tonight for Detroit Mercy.
Meanwhile, Danielle Grimm has it on the far side. Guarded by O'Brien, 1-on-1. Goes up. Looks like looks like it's a foul on Grimm. From what I saw, she just heaved O'Brien like halfway across the across the arc.
Nearly the exact same thing we saw from Smith. Just, I mean, lifting the elbow and just chucking him to the ground. And that's, unfortunately, you're not going to get away with that in any league. So another offensive foul, and that'll be a turnover ball back to Detroit Mercy.
We also have another media timeout. Here we'll be going back to the music. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Oakland still up by 8 when we come back. Welcome back, everybody. Women's basketball matchup here on 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Oakland's up right now by 8, 30-22 at the as we're reaching the end of the first half. 4:05 left right now. It's been Detroit Mercy so far in the second period, but Oakland seems to be grabbing the momentum back for them.
Yeah, Oakland, I mean, they came out to a really quick start. As we were saying, they had 25 points in the first period. It's a team that only averages 60. And, I mean, me and you both were astounded at how much they had scored. But now it's kind of back to they look like they're going to score about 60. I mean, they've got 30 now. They've only scored 5 points in the past 6 minutes. It's been a struggle. Obviously, offensively, it's been a problem, a lot of missed shots, but I would definitely attribute it to the fantastic man-to-man, high-press defense that we've seen from Detroit Mercy. Skorupski erupted for nearly, I think it was 14 in the first quarter, and now she's only got 18 in total, so they've been able to cut her scoring down significantly with a lot of high-pressure on-ball defense. As for Detroit Mercy, McQueen's got 10. She leads the team in scoring per game and is leading the scoring tonight for U of D. We'll see if we can get what we've seen so far from her.
Back to the action is Maya Hooper, who has it. Gives it over to Diabate, who then flips it over to Kaylee Burton. Now, that's McQueen with a 3, and that is good. Once again, another 3 there by McQueen makes it 30-25 now, Oakland.
I guess, Noah, that answers our question. She's now got 13 tonight, 3 for 5 from 3. Great shooting.
Detroit Mercy. Oh, Bear tries to go for a pass to Scruffy, but is intercepted by the Titans. That was Michaela Jackson who has it, and then she capitalizes on it with a 2 of her own. Now they cut the lead down to 3.
And just a quick 5 points out of the break. 2 lazy possessions by Oakland, and this game it's becoming a ball game.
Oakland seemed to cool off after that hot start. Jazzy now has it, and it looks like she's going to get called for a foul right there. Knocks down, I believe that's Michaela Jackson, to the ground.
That is the 3rd offensive foul on Oakland, and it comes from 2 things. One, it comes from the lack of concentration while going to the lane from OU. But I think more importantly, it comes to the reading that we've seen so far from this Detroit Mercy defense to get themselves in position and draw the charge.
Diabate has it now for the Titans inside. Flips it over to Burton who's beyond the arc. Throws it over back to Diabate, who loses it. Royal Davis now has it for the Golden Grizzlies. Scrupsy spins out of that one after she gets the pass. Gives it over to Smithy Smith for 3. Bounces off the rim, is no good. Rebound attempt there by Jazzy. Hands it off to Skrupski. Skrupski goes up for 3. Can she get it? Yes, she does. 33-27 now, Oakland.
You cannot leave Skorupski open. She's got 21 here in the first half, and the net barely moves. She buries that three.
Detroit Mercy tries a three of her own, and they respond right back. Katie Burton with a three right there.
Detroit Mercy will not go away as Burton knocks down her first points of the game and answers for the Titans.
2:20 left in the half. Oakland's up by 3, 33-30 now. They have it in the offensive end. Skorupski to Hubert. Another three? Nah. Looks like Detroit Mercy now has a 2:10 left. Charging over mid-court is Miana Hooper. Hooper flings it on the other opposite side. Goes up for a three. Airballs it. That was McQueen with it. Tries to go for a three of her own. But a rebound attempt by Hooper is good there. Cuts the lead down to 1 now for Oakland. 33-32. Less than 2 minutes left in the half.
Hooper hits the deck there on that pass attempt, but able to get back up, track that rebound, and get an easy 2 on the block.
Smith now has it. Gives it to Buckley. Skorupski. Trying to go for a three, but is dribbling it now. Opposite side to Jazzy. Hubert to Macy Smith. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Oakland's got to get something going. With about 90 seconds left in the half as well. Meanwhile, a three there by Buckley is no good. Goes sails right over the rim and now into the hands of the Titans.
Buckley, not the person you want to shoot that three. She's an interior player and doesn't even hit the rim on that attempt.
Detroit Mercy now has it. 1:15 left in the half. There's McQueen. McQueen in the corner. Gives it to Jackson. Jackson right under the rim. Goes up for two. Bounces off the bottom of the rim. Now Rael Davis has it. Almost has it ripped away, but she holds onto it and gives it to Skorupski. 1 minute left in the half. Skorupski challenges the Titan right there. Bounces off the board. No good. Rebound attempt. No good from Buckley. Back to the hands of the Titans. That's Hooper with it. Gonna waltz across midcourt. Try to bleed a little bit of this clock left so Oakland doesn't have a chance to get a late score. 40 seconds now. 17 on the shot clock. Detroit Mercy down by 1. Looking for an answer. That is Michaela Jackson with it now. Loses it. Madison Royal Davis with it. On her own. Charging up. Goes for two. And she gets it. Makes it a 3-point lead there.
And 1 bucket for Royal Davis. Count another steal. That's going to bring her total up to 7 steals tonight.
And she now has
and 1 bucket.
Yep, and the N1.
So a chance to stretch this lead. That first period, it looked like that it was going to get out of hand pretty early. But Detroit Mercy has played a fantastic quarter here. And Oakland just looking to stretch it out a little bit more for the end of this period going into halftime. You want a bit more of a lead than what we've seen these past few minutes.
Hopefully Coach Richard can talk to him at halftime. Meanwhile, the N1 attempt from Royal Davis is good. Extends that lead to 4 now, 36-32 with less than 30 seconds to go in the half. O'Brien has it for the Titans, and it looks like you got to travel there from O'Brien.
And great play by the Oakland press to force another turnover. And, I mean, a three-pointer here could put them up by 7 with a couple seconds to go.
Let's see what Oakland's got in store for us right now with Skorupski on the inbound. O'Brien trying to jump up to knock down the Skorupski inbound, but no good. Gets it to Macy Smith. Arcs it around, no good on the layup. But Detroit Mercy now has 12 seconds left in the half. Hooper to Edwards. Edwards goes up for a 2, no good. Hubert with a nice block there. Gets her hands up. 3 seconds now. Skorupski going for a buzzer beater. Unfortunately, it sails over the rim, off the board, and no good. But that's okay. Skorupski's had herself a great game so far as we head to halftime. Oakland is up by 4, 36-32. With that being said, we are going to take a break. We will return in the second half with some more OU basketball. OU basketball. Be right back. Back, everybody. You're listening to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. As we're at the final seconds of halftime, Oakland's women's basketball team is up by 4 against the Detroit Mercy Titans, 36-32. So let's get a brief recap of what's happened so far in this game.
So opening the first quarter, we saw all Oakland Golden Grizzlies. They had 25 points in the first quarter, running the team offensively and defensively, and it looked like this game was going to get out of hand early. But coming into that second quarter, Detroit Mercy locked in primarily on defense. They held Oakland to only 11 points in that second quarter, and the score is now 36-32. Detroit Mercy only down by 4. Their scoring has primarily come from Alea McQueen. She leads the team with about 15 points per game. She's got 13 points right now. As for Oakland, all the scoring has come from Skorupski. She's got 21. But defensively, Royal Davis has been stepping in with 6 boards and 7 steals. We'll see what happens in this half.
Oakland starts a half off with the ball, and the first attempt is no good there for Macy Smith. Goes up for a layup, but bounces off the glass and is no good. Now Detroit Mercy has the ball as well. That's Hooper with it, and now we got a whistle. It looked like a struggle there with Royal Davis and Edwards.
Yeah.
Earlier at the end of the first half, it looked like Royal Davis was shaken up a little bit. She was limping just a wee bit, stretching before they went to the locker room.
And she had been hustling so much, especially on defense. As we said, 6 boards and 7 steals today. I'm not surprised that maybe she was a little sore coming into the half, but she seems to be all right now. They're going to call the foul there on Royal Davis. It'll be Detroit Mercy basketball on the sideline, inbounding McQueen.
Yep, McQueen gives it to O'Brien. O'Brien on the right side gives it over back to McQueen. Gives it back to O'Brien. Flips it over the head of Grimm to Edwards. Now Hooper has it for the Titans. Gives it to O'Brien. O'Brien goes for the first 3 of the half, and she drains it. 36-35 now. Oakland only has a 1-point lead as the start of the third period.
O'Brien shoots 40% from 3 and did not play well in that first half. She only had 3 points. Already doubles it right off at the first shot of the half for Detroit Mercy.
All right, Leanna Baxter has it, gives it to Skorupski, and it looks like it was a travel there by Skorupski. It's going to be Detroit Mercy ball again.
This is not the start we wanted for OU. I mean, just barely squeaked out of halftime with the lead, and now Detroit Mercy has the opportunity to take the lead in this game.
Yep, O'Brien has it now for the Titans, who gives it to McQueen. These two have been as thorn into the Golden Grizzlies side this entire game. Meanwhile, Hooper has it on the far side, over O'Brien on the perimeter. Gives it back to Hooper, and it got 12 seconds on the shot clock there. Titans, meanwhile, McQueen on the left side goes up for 3, but is no good. Royal Davis gets the ball on the rebound, gives it over to Skorupski as he crosses the half court, flings it over to Grimm. Grimm on the right side, trying to conduct the team. Baxter on the screen attempt. O'Brien is not fooled right there, but Grimm still has the ball. Now back to Smith. Royal Davis tries to screen of her own. Hooper goes right around Royal Davis. 9 seconds now. Oakland's got to do something there. Skorupski, 6 seconds on the play clock. 5 seconds now. Skorupski flips it to Baxter. Baxter on the layup. And she makes something out of that. Almost gets a shot clock violation, but now Oakland has a 3-point lead with 8:08 left in the third period.
Beautiful vision there from Skorupski to get the assist. One thing I noticed coming out of this half, instead of Buckley on the floor, it's been Baxter. And if you were with us for that first period, once Baxter hit the floor for the Grizzlies, that's when the lead started to open up. A lot of pick and rolls. Baxter just asserting her dominance and her strength down low. Ended up with a lot of buckets. She's got 10 tonight on 5 for 7 from the field.
No, Detroit Mercy foul gives Oakland the ball back now. Danielle Grimm has the ball in her hands right now. Flips it to Skorupski. Screen attempt there by Baxter. Looks like it works. Meanwhile, Royal Davis up in the paint. No good on the layup. And it looks like it is going to be still Oakland ball. Looks like a foul there on Detroit Mercy once again.
They're going to put the foul on Jasmine Edwards on the rebound attempt. Another good pick and roll there. Royal Davis almost ends up with a tough 2, but it'll still be Oakland ball out underneath.
Skorupski's going to do the honors. He gives it over to Danielle Grimm over on the arc. Back to Skorupski. Skorupski, fade away. It looked like it was going to go in, but it moseys on the left side of the rim. No good.
Great move there. Establishes the pivot foot and uses her leverage to her advantage. Shots off target, but she is fouled, and we'll have 2 free throws coming up. She's got 21 points tonight, shooting 8 from 11 from the field.
She's definitely going to be on pace for 29 points if Oakland can keep up the offense they've had in the first period. Meanwhile, Skorupski on the free throw attempt. Up, and it is good. She's been perfect so far in the free throw attempts. This is her 4th one so far. Going for number 5 right now, 5 for 5. Let's see if she can do it. She's ready. Up, and it is good. Every single time, just swishes right in. 40-35 now for the Golden Grizzlies. 7:35 in the 3rd period. Detroit Mercy has it. Has 2 Golden Grizzlies on. That was Royal Davis and Grimm there on McQueen. Meanwhile, it is stolen by the Golden Grizzlies. Grimm over to Smith for a 3. Goes right over the rim and no good. Detroit Mercy has the ball again. Now it's intercepted by Matthew Smith. Runs into the paint, and she gets the N1 right there. 42-35 now for the Golden Grizzlies.
Wow, what a play from Smith. A good steal in transition for the Grizzlies. She gets an open 3. Shot is way off target, but she doesn't let that deter her. She follows the ball, intercepts the pass, and gets the N1 bucket with a free throw attempt to try to extend this lead for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, she's like a cornerback right there. Completely jumps it and gets her hands on the ball.
Great read. God, looked like Kirby Joseph out there. Fantastic defense for the Grizzlies.
Meanwhile, the N1 attempt for Smith is up, and it is good. Nice shot there to get an easy 3 points for the Golden Grizzlies. 43-35 now for Oakland. 7:18 left in the 3rd period. Meanwhile, there's Michaela Jackson with it. Basically just hands it to Skorupski, just tosses it over to her, but it's going to be Oakland ball after the whistle.
And this is the first press defense that we've seen so far from the Grizzlies. And early in that 2nd quarter, it was Detroit Mercy's press that deterred the Grizzlies. But now, Oakland returning the favor, and it's causing some serious problems offensively for the Titans.
All right, Grimm starts it off for the Golden Grizzlies, who gives it the back, gives it up to Grimm for 3. Off the glass and no good. Back in the hands of the Titans now. That is Aaliyah McQueen with it. Heaves it over to Starks, who has a wide open shot. Doesn't go for it. Still keeps on dribbling. Tosses it over to Jackson. 19 seconds left on the play clock for the Titans. Pivots around, tries to go for an opening. Wide open there, Starks for 3. Bounce off the rim and is no good. Royal Davis gets it back for the Golden Grizzlies.
Another good possession, forces a tough corner 3. And OU looks like a different basketball team right now defensively when Leanna Baxter's on the floor. It establishes a strong interior presence and also a way of veteranship for the team. She's been on the team for a couple of years, and she's making her impact today.
Smith charges in and gets another 2 points there for Oakland. Up by 10 now, 45-35.
And this is exactly what we saw in the 1st quarter as another turnover is forced by that Oakland press. What a fantastic job we've seen in that full court defense for the Grizzlies so far this half.
Coach Actor is not happy on the sideline for Detroit Mercy. It looked like Jackson ran right into one of the bench members that was sitting down. Now Royal Davis gives it to Grimm to resume play right now as she angles over to the right side with O'Brien shadowing her. Pass it over to Baxter. Baxter hands it right off to Skorupski. Looks like she's going to try and go into the lane. No good, and it looks like it's going to be, I believe it's going to be, oh, it's going to be Oakland ball. Looks like Detroit Mercy had a hand on it right there.
Tough defense there for Jackson. Someone had to slow down this offense, and it's going to be Jackson who steps in. Beautiful block, forces the ball out of bounds, and Oakland will get it out underneath the basket with 13 on the shot clock.
These trips subs in for Jackson for the Titans. Meanwhile, Macy Smith has it after the pass by Skorupski. Keeps it over to her head, flings it over to Grimm. Baxter goes for a screen attempt. Pass it over. Grimm gives it to Baxter, but it bounces off the glass and is no good. Back in the hands of Detroit Mercy. Will Davis tries to strip it away from Starks, but no good right there. O'Brien now charges it. Pushes over Macy Smith. No foul there on the right there. Meanwhile, Tripp wide open for another 3. Not enough on the angle right there for Detroit Mercy. And now back to the hands of Oakland. Skorupski with it now at the key. Baxter wide open. Oh, but it looks like Diabate had a hand on it right there just at the last second. Now Detroit Mercy with it now. 10-point lead for Golden Grizzlies, 5-12. Meanwhile, McQueen with a floater, but is no good. Goes right over the rim, and now we got another stoppage of play.
And finally, we have a stoppage of play. A string of possessions for both teams. And unfortunately, no baskets. Strong defense on both ends. Diabate gets in there and blocks the transition shot from Baxter. That looked like that was going to be another open 2 points and another assist from Skorupski. But great recovery on the transition. Defense keeps the ball away and keeps it at a 10-point lead for Oakland.
All right, Grimm now has it on the far side. Flips it over to Skorupski. Then tosses it over to Baxter. Back to Grimm. Grimm tried to get his Skorupski, but no good. Dribbles around. Flips it over to Smith, and it looks like we got a foul there on Detroit Mercy.
Detroit Mercy kind of climbing in the fouls right now. That's going to be the 5th one of the quarter with still 5 minutes to go. And just, it's going to put Oakland into the bonus. Not what you want. Oakland with the lead. They have the momentum, and now they have the foul advantage. So they can attack the rim as much as they want, and they can force free throws all day long.
And with that being said, there's a media timeout here at the start of the second half. We will get back to you really soon here on 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Welcome back, everybody. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Women's basketball matchup is very, very competitive so far. 10-point lead for the Golden Grizzlies, 45-35, as we hit the halfway point in the third period.
I mean, this is a lot of what we saw in that first period for the Grizzlies. They're coming out to a strong offensive advantage. They scored 25 in the first quarter. They scored only 10 in the second, but they've already got 10 here in the third with 5 minutes to go. And also, they're already in the bonus with 5 minutes to go. So Macy Smith at the free throw line with free throws for the Grizzlies. They're going to have this opportunity to go a lot more heavy on offense, trying to get low, trying to force fouls to stretch this lead this quarter.
Meanwhile, Macy Smith goes 1 for 2 on the free throws. She's now, 1 for 4 now? Makes it 46-35 for the Golden Grizzlies.
Oakland shooting 7 for 10 from the free throw line. Detroit Mercy has not gotten to the line yet today, and I think that has been the primary difference in this ballgame.
Right, Anna Lassen's now in for the Titans. Meanwhile, so she tries to get to Royal Davis. She gets absolutely toppled by the Titan, but meanwhile, Oakland sells the ball. And there is another 2 points there for Macy Smith. Well, 35 now.
Along with the free throw change, Royal Davis has been one of the biggest differences in this game for both teams. She racks up steal number 9 there.
Absolute ball hawk so far in this game for the Golden Grizzlies. Now Detroit Mercy has it in the offensive end. Looks like it's going to be Leah McQueen with the ball now. Over on the near side. Gives it over to O'Brien. Tipped by Skrupski and is now in the hands of the Golden Grizzlies now. Maddie heads over to the key. Goes up for 2, and it is good. And 1. 50-35 now.
And Skorupski's heading to the line, gets the steal on one end, transition on the other end, and I feel like I need to acknowledge the most of that previous steal not assisted to Royal Davis. It's going to go to Macy Smith. But as a team, Oakland's got 14 4 steals so far. 2 from Smith, 4 from Skorupski, and 8 from Royal Davis. It's been that true defensive performance we've seen so far. They forced 20 total turnovers on the Titans, and it's been the defense that has given Oakland this lead.
Meanwhile, Skorupski misses the end one, goes 5 for 6 on the free throws, unfortunately, but Detroit Mercy now has the ball. 15-point deficit so far. Meanwhile, it's picked off by the Golden Grizzlies. Royal Davis tries to go for a two-pointer, but no good. But it looks like it'll be Oakland ball.
I'm not sure who they're going to give that to. Quick deflection by both players, Royal Davis and Smith, and it results in another Oakland possession out underneath the basket.
Meanwhile, Coach Actor just calls a timeout for the Titans there. Going to try and get their bearings in order now, down 15. And we're going to take a short break after this timeout. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Welcome back to this women's basketball matchup. You're listening to 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. As we headed out of the Detroit Mercy timeout, Oakland has a sizable 15-point lead in the third period. About 3:51 left, 50-35. Let's see what Oakland has in store for us so far for at least these last 3 minutes.
And for anyone tuned in on either WXOU Sports on YouTube or 88.3, stay tuned right here for the Oakland men's team taking on NKU right after this. You'll hear Noah Stalker along with Jacob on the broadcast right here on both WXOU Sports on YouTube, 88.3 FM, and listen in on WXOU.org. Stay right here for the next game.
Nothing like a good doubleheader matchup.
Beautiful Saturday. Good weekend for a quick doubleheader here at the O Arena. Both teams getting action.
Yeah, and also this will be Greg Campy's first game back after suspension too. So it'll be an interesting one for the Golden Grizzlies. But meanwhile, as we divert to the women's game, May Skorupski resumes play for the Golden Grizzlies as she hands it over to Danielle Grimm on the left side. Gives it back to Skorupski. Dribbles over, goes up for 2. Hovers over the rim, and it's no good. Back in the hands of the Titans now. That's McQueen with it. Charges midcourt to the left side. Has Baxter one-on-one. Tries to go up for 2, and it looks like Baxter's going to get a foul right there.
A little too greedy there for Royal Davis. Tries to rip that one away, but they're going to call the foul. Another good possession for Detroit Mercy as they try to attack the rim now. And again, just not shooting well recently. One of the last 7, looking to try to get something to go. And sometimes you just got to shoot some free throws as Buckley returns for Baxter on the Grizzlies' end.
Kelly Buckley in for the Golden Grizzlies, and this will be McQueen's first free throw attempt of the game. First one is up, and it is no good. Bounces off the end of the rim and out into the hands of the referee.
This is the first free throws of the night for Detroit Mercy. Trying to get something going here from the line. McQueen, she's got 13 tonight and leads Detroit Mercy scorers.
Second verse, same as the first. They misses a second free throw attempt. And it's going to be a jump ball now.
That the arrow will point to Detroit Mercy, so they'll take the ball out underneath. It'll be Edwards.
All right, Jasmine Edwards on the pass, gives it over to Lassen, who flips it over to Hooper. Flings it over to Jackson off the hands of Edwards on another pass, but it's going to be Oakland ball now.
I mean, that was a beautiful play there. It would have resulted in a wide open layup there for Jasmine Edwards, but not ready for the pass. Deflects out of bounds. And Oakland forces yet another turnover. That'll be number 21 on the night for Detroit Mercy.
Titans can't catch a break. Meanwhile, the Golden Grizzlies looks like to extend their lead now as Kylie Buckley has it in the key. Tries to go for a shot, but it bounces off the front of the rim and back into the hands of a Titan. That is going to be McQueen with it, gives it to Jackson. She's going to get a foul drawn, but no points right there.
And finally, Detroit Mercy getting to the line for the first couple times in this game. Missed the first two. We'll see if they can knock down their first free throw of the game. McQueen looks to get that assist in that possession. She's also got 7 rebounds and leads rebounders for Detroit Mercy, along with an assist.
All right, first free throw for Jackson is up, and it is good.
It's the first made free throw of the night for Detroit Mercy.
Second free throw. Not like the first, it is no good, but the rebound attempt there by Jasmine Edwards is good. So it gives them an extra point, basically. 50-38 now with 3 minutes left in the third period. Oakland still has that sizable 12-point lead. Meanwhile, Danielle Grimm has it on the right side, guarded by McQueen. Pushes off McQueen. Passes it to the opposite side to Macy Smith. Screen attempt there by Skorupski is good. Gives it over to Grimm. Grimm charges on the left side. Over to Smith for 3. No good there. But the rebound attempt by Buckley gets a hand on it, but fumbles it into the back line. That's gonna be Detroit Mercy ball again.
Good rebound there by Buckley, trying to keep the play alive, establish her presence down low, but unfortunately loses control, and that one's gonna roll out of bounds.
Leah McQueen has it now for the Titans, ready to pass it in. Got O'Brien on her left, and she's got Hooper on her right. Gives it to Hooper, gives it back to McQueen, who gives it to Lassen, and tries to pass it, but it's blocked by Skorupski. Skorupski goes up for 2, and it is good. Nice points off the turnover there. 52-38 now. Meanwhile, Detroit Mercy with it. Tries to answer back with Jasmine Edwards, but is intercepted by Macy Smith. Gets her hands on it, flips it to Skorupski. Skorupski tosses it backwards to Graham, who gives it to Macy Smith. Macy Smith charges in for 2, and it is good. 54-38 now.
I mean, this is just an unbelievable defensive game for the Grizzlies, racking 2 more steals. That's going to be 16 in total today.
Well, O'Brien has it, gives it to Hooper. McQueen goes for a 3, tries to cut down the lead, but is no good. Back in the hands of the Golden Grizzlies with it. Maddie Skorupski right behind her is Danielle Grimm. Flips it back to Grimm, has Royal Davis on her left. Looking to regroup now, trying to extend their lead even more. Now Skorupski on the right perimeter. Has Royal Davis charging over to the midline. Back to Grimm. Skorupski beneath the rim for 2. Oh, looked like it was going to go in, but a rebound attempt by Royal Davis is successful. Gives it Skorupski back over to Smith. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Less than 90 seconds in the quarter. Smith to Buckley. Buckley, not enough power, but draws the foul.
A much-deserved free throws coming up for Buckley as she was fighting on that possession. She helped out on that offensive rebound. She set a couple hard screens. It's her turn to get something going at the rim. She's got no points tonight, but she does have 4 rebounds and 2 blocks.
Meanwhile, Buckley is looking to get her first points of the game with this free throw attempt. Substitutions are going in. Jazzy Hubert is going in, and it looks like Danny Grimm is going out. Also, Macy Smith is back in, as well as Skorupski on the half court with Starks as well for the Titans. Meanwhile, first free throw attempt for Buckley bounces in right off the rim on the glass and through the net.
Buckley's first points of the night. She's got 13 minutes and has been playing fantastic interior defense down low, disrupting shots, keeping possessions alive, and she gets her first points of the night.
Second free throw is also good. First 2 points of the game for Kylie Buckley makes it a 56-38 game for the Golden Grizzlies now. Detroit Mercy has it on the left side as Maya Anderson. First time hearing her name for the Titans as the whistle is blown.
And foul called there on Dupree-Hebert as she gets her minutes back in this game. A great technical player that transferred to Oakland last year. Got good minutes last year. A little bit of less time on the court this season, but she is very impactful and efficient in the time that she's on the floor.
Edwards has it now in the key. Gives it all the way over back to Starks. Now Anderson has it. Guarded by Hebert and Royal Davis, who gets it over to Starks. Tries to bounce it to Edwards, but that does not connect, and it looks like to be another jump ball.
That one's going to be Oakland's.
That was all Royal Davis right there.
And a great defensive possession again forces the turnover right at the baseline. It's going to be number 25 tonight for the Detroit Mercy Titans, and another possession with 52 seconds left to go for OU, looking to possibly extend this lead to 20 with a basket here.
Got a little stoppage of play. Everything's trying to get all set right now. Madison Royal Davis will have the pass in for the Golden Grizzlies. She's got Hebert and Skorupski nearby. Meanwhile, Maya Anderson, Haley Starks, and Aaliyah McQueen as well in the area for the Titans. Yep. Royal Davis tries to get a Skorupski, but is blocked by McQueen, but it goes right back out of bounds. So Royal Davis is going to get a do-over right there.
Royal Davis got 10 boards on the night, into double digits, and assists, and 8 steals. She's playing a fantastic defensive game for the Grizzlies.
Second attempt more successful. Now Skorupski has the ball with it as she jogs around the half-court line. Passes it over to Buckley. Buckley floats it to Smith. Smith tries to go for a shot, but is no good. O'Brien blocks it. Meanwhile, O'Brien charges with it into the lane. Goes up for 2. Doesn't get above it. Buckley has it now back over to McQueen. Intercepts it, but it got to stop the play now.
And a good steal for McQueen there to read it. A block by Royal Davis, but on the return, she gets called for the foul. That is going to be foul number 3 on Madison Royal Davis with 30 seconds left in the third period. Both teams in the bonus now.
Yep, that's going to be McQueen at the line right now. It's going to be her third free throw attempt. It's up, and it is good. Cuts the lead down to 56-39. Got 30 seconds left in the third period. Detroit Mercy trying to find a way to claw the way back into a more decent deficit. Meanwhile, that second free throw attempt is good as well. Cuts it down to 16 now for the Golden Grizzlies.
So a lot of what we saw in that first period is back here for Oakland in this third period. A team that averages 60 points per game. They got 56 with an entire period to go.
Danielle Grimm charging across half court now. 23 seconds left in the third period. Gives it to Jazzy. Jazzy on the far perimeter gives it back to Skorupski. Now Skorupski looking for an opportunity. Buckley trying to go for a screen attempt. Looks like she gets it complete. Meanwhile, Skorupski for 2. And it is good. It's about 10 seconds left in the period. 58-40 now for the Golden Grizzlies. O'Brien looking for some last-minute magic at the end, but a whistle is blown. 2.8 seconds left in the third period.
And another basket for Skorupski brings her total up to 29. What a performance for Maddie Skorupski once again here on the blacktop. That foul in transition is going to give 2 free throws to O'Brien. She's only got 6 points. Really struggled in that first half. Only knocked down 1 3. Opens this half with a 3, and kind of looked like maybe we had something going, but has gone completely cold since. This is her first point since that 3 that opened the half.
Well, Gavin, as soon as you said that, she drains her first free throw attempt, makes it 58-41 now. Now her second free throw attempt goes up, and it is good. 58-42 now, 2.8 seconds left. Skorupski heaves it from one end to the other, but it is intercepted by the Titans. Now, last second half-court shot by McQueen is no good, and it is the end of the third period. Oakland has that 16-point lead, 58-42 now as we get ready for the fourth quarter. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Welcome back, everyone. 88.3 FM, WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Last period here for this women's basketball matchup between the Golden Grizzlies and the Detroit Mercy Titans. Oakland's up 58-42 right now as we resume play.
A much better quarter than what you saw in the second for Oakland. Had a great offensive performance to begin the game in the first period. It gave them a great lead. We thought it was going to be a runaway. Detroit Mercy brings it back, and now Oakland's kind of extended that lead again. Can we expect this to be a runaway like we were expecting it to be at the end of the first period? Or are we going to get exactly what we got in the second period, and this is going to be a ball game? We'll see.
So Coach Richards keeps their nerves cooled right now. Don't want anything bad happening, especially with the last 10 minutes of the game. Meanwhile, Detroit Mercy starts the period off. Maya Anderson has it, gives it to Jackson. Jackson back to Anderson. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Need to get something going for the Titans. O'Brien with it in the key for two. Bounces right off the rim into the hands of Kylie Buckley, who gives it to Skrupski. Overthrows it to Danielle Grimm. Got Buckley on her right. Meanwhile, she angles over to the right to Skrupski. Now Skrupski trying to look for an opening. To Jazzy. To Grimm. Grimm on the left side. Pivoting around, looking for an opening. Gives it to Macy Smith. Now Smith. Screen attempt by Buckley. No good right there. Still being covered by Anderson. Now Buckley for two. Just gets the shot off before the shot clock hits zero, but it is no good there. It's going to be Detroit Mercy ball.
Good defensive stand by the Titans. I can't help but notice that Skorupski was getting face guarded pretty tightly. She's got 29 points in this game. If the Titans are able to slow her down, they may have a chance to get back in this game.
That's got to be the thing they got to do. Meanwhile, they have it right under the rim is Jackson now. McQueen for three. Rolls around the rim and is no good. Into the hands of Macy Smith now. Now Danny Grimm. Back to Smith. Back to Grimm. Now Grimm crosses midcourt. Got Maya Anderson covering her. Surveying the arc right now. To Jazzy on the left perimeter. One-on-one, quite literally. McQueen on Hebert. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. 8.5 left in the game. 58-42 now Golden Grizzlies. Mason Smith gets it. Loses it a little bit. And now it's right off her hands. Out of bounds. It looks like it's going to be Oakland ball.
That one deflects off of Anderson, and it'll remain with Oakland, but only 5 seconds on the shot clock, and they're in the corner. It's going to be a tough possession here for OU. They'll have Smith take it out of bounds.
5 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to get something quick, and hopefully they get a couple points out of it. Smith looking for someone open, but someone got another whistle now.
And a 5-second violation called. That one goes on OU. Turnover. It'll be Detroit Mercy ball down by 16.
Anderson has it now after the resumed play. Throws it over McQueen's head and into the hands of a Oakland bench player.
And that's just a mistake that you simply can't make. I mean, a wide open pass there, just trying to kind of break the press, and the ball just sails out of bounds. It'll be OU basketball once again. That's turnover number 26 for Detroit Mercy.
26, that's a big number. Like,
it's a lot of turnovers, and it's been a mix of both the defense we've seen from Oakland and also just a lack in judgment we've seen from Detroit Mercy.
And it looks like Skrupski's clouding that judgment even more as he gets a two-pointer right there. 60-42 with 8 minutes left in the game. Jackson tries to respond with a shot of her own, but it's no good. Edwards gets her hands on it as another stoppage of play there. Looks like it's going to be another foul on Oakland.
The two free throws coming up from Edwards. Caught a break there. I'm not going to call that a pass down to Edwards. It looked like she just lost control. The ball happened to end up in the hands of Edwards, but able to keep the possession alive and give her a few free throws to try to shrink this lead a little bit. But unfortunately, Oakland up by a lot.
Free throw attempt here for Jasmine Edwards. Ref gives her the ball. She's ready. Shot is up, and it is no good. Bounces off the right side of the rim on the glass and into the hands of a Golden Grizzly as now Edwards tries for her second attempt to see if she can capitalize. Same thing, right off the right side of the rim on the glass into the hands of Golden Grizzly. 60-42 still, 7:54 left in the game.
That puts Detroit Mercy at 50% from the line today. Weren't even able to get to the free throw line until the second half, and that's been a big play here for the Titans.
Meanwhile, Danny Grimm with the floater, but it's no good, and it looks like it could be a foul on Detroit Mercy. 3 Titans on Madison Royal Davis there. She's able to draw the foul.
I mean, 3 Titans, and she still came down with the rebound. An absolute monster on the glass today. That's rebound number 11 to go along with an assist, 8 steals and 2 blocks, and 5 points.
Great defensive day there from Madison Royal Davis as she heads to the, not heads to the line. It looks like it's going to be inbound for by Danny Grimm. Well, she floats it over to Skorupski. He's it over back to Grimm in the lane. Crosses over, bounces off the rim, no good. Back into the hands of the Titans. Now that's O'Brien with it. Flips it to Anderson on the far corner or near corner. Back to O'Brien, right at the middle. To McQueen on the right side. McQueen charges in for 2. Bounces in for 2. 60-44 now for the Golden Grizzlies with 7:14 left in the game.
And McQueen really the only source of points right now. She's got 17.
Ooh. That was an interception there by Edwards as Detroit Mercy gets in. 1 attempt right there. 60-45 now. Or 60-46, my bad.
And Anderson going to the line after the and 1 attempt. Detroit Mercy, they got something going right now. Quick 2 on one end. They get the steal in transition. And then the and 1 bucket. This has the chance of being a quick 5-point swing within a couple of seconds for the Titans.
Meanwhile, Jazzy's back on the blacktop as Madison Royal Davis heads back to the bench. Free throw attempt here for Maya Anderson.
You can see some of the men's players starting to collect in the corner to get prepped for this game. Stay tuned here on WXOU Sports, 88.3 FM, WXOU, and listen in on WXOU.org for the men's game, which comes on facing NKU here at 4 o'clock.
Well, the and 1 attempt is good for Detroit Mercy. Makes it 60-47. Skorupski looking for a pass, but gets tripped up a bit. And we got a whistle blown.
Blocking foul called on Jasmine Edwards, so that'll be ball taken out of bounds for the Grizzlies. That's going to be the second team foul and 4th personal, I believe, on Edwards.
That Macy Smith will be okay, not Macy. Is it Macy? Yes, it is Macy Smith. It looked like Skorupski and Smith were there was debating, but yes, Smith will be doing the honors for the resume play with this pass. Gonna get open right now. Flips it over to Skorupski, gives it back to Smith. Smith for 3 immediately off the front of the rim and no good. Meanwhile, it is Detroit Mercy with it. Crosses half court is O'Brien who gives it to McQueen. McQueen angles over onto the right side. Goes up for a step back, but is no good and into the hands of Smith now. Danny Grimm with it. Crosses half court. 6:27 left in the 4th period. 60-47 for the Golden Grizzlies. Hoping to hold on to that lead as Jazzy with it on the right on the arc. 15 seconds on the shot clock. The backserve back to Jazzy. To Skorupski for 3. Just off the rim and no good again. That is Danny Grimm with it. Goes up for a floater. Bounces in, and it is good. 62-47 now for the Golden Grizzlies.
Great positioning by Leanna Baxter to keep that possession alive. She came in for Royal Davis, who, should we note, has 4 personals right now. So she's on the bench for these last couple minutes. We'll see where that goes.
Three by O'Brien is good. Cuts it to 12 now for the Golden Grizzlies. 62-50.
All the way from the Belfort logo. Way downtown. 3 goes in from O'Brien.
And we got another foul for the Titans. It looked like that was McQueen trying to rip it out of Smith's hands, but doesn't get it. Instead, draws the foul.
And it's starting to get a little scrappy as these minutes kind of come to a close. We have 5:37 to go. Oakland only up by 12 now, so Detroit Mercy absolutely not out of it. With how they've been playing these past few minutes, they could absolutely bring this game back in. It's going to have to take a level of patience for OU to keep this lead.
Grimm has the resume play, gives it to Jazzy, who over to Smith, flips it back to Jazzy, who gives it back to Grimm, who gives it to Skorupski. Skorupski moves over to the left. McQueen knocks Smith down, gets her hands on the ball. She's all alone, goes up for the layup, and that is completely uncontested. Now it cuts the lead down to 10. Grimm with it now for the Golden Grizzlies to Skorupski. Heaves it past to Smith. She catches it, gives it back to Grimm as she crosses midcourt. And then flips it over to Smith. Back to Grimm. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Grimm is wide open on that floater, and it is good. 64-52.
Yeah, O'Brien runs into her own player, falls down, and Grimm finds herself wide open, easy for the bucket.
Titans have it now. That is Jackson with it. She's got 2 Golden Grizzlies on her. Gets it right above both of them. Over to McQueen. Gives it to Anderson. Uncontested 3. No good, though. Just off the mark. Skorupski now has it back for the Golden Grizzlies. He gives it to Grimm. Grimm eaves it. Diagonal to Smith, who gives it backwards to Skorupski. And then tosses it right back to Grimm. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. 4:20 left in the game. Oakland up by 12 as of right now. Jazzy to Skorupski to Baxter. Baxter up for a pivot. No good, but she does draw the foul.
That one called on Starks. It's going to get called every single time. Good footwork down low for Baxter to try to get herself open, and it causes a bit of a reach for Starks and a ball out of bounds for the Grizzlies.
That stoppage of play will be into yet another media timeout. We will go back to the music here. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball.
Welcome back. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. 4:12 left in this women's basketball matchup between the Golden Grizzlies and the Detroit Mercy Titans. Oakland's up 64-52, has that 12-point lead as we're heading to the bottom half of the fourth period. Very interesting. See what Detroit Mercy does after this media timeout.
It's been kind of a mix of what we saw in that second quarter. We saw Detroit Mercy come back mostly with the defense that they would play. And now it's like the defense is there, but Oakland is finding their way around it. And so far, they've kept the lead at double digits. Detroit Mercy, they're going to have to come up with something soon with only 4 to go.
That is right, Gavin. Not a whole lot of time to correct this 12-point lead, but anything can happen right now. But as we resume play, it's going to be, I believe, Oakland ball, correct?
Yes, Oakland will get the ball out of the timeout. Free throws on the way from Leanna Baxter. She was able to draw one down low. She's got 10 points tonight on good numbers. Has played about 19 minutes and has had a real impact down low. She's got 2 rebounds as well and a lot of contested jump shots.
It's been a menace in the paint so far this game, and this will be her first free throw attempt as it goes up and bounces off the back of the rim and off the mark.
Also to note, Detroit Mercy at 4 fouls right now, so just on the brink of going into the bonus for Oakland, which means they can start attacking with a little bit more aggressiveness.
She redeems her second free throw with and it is good. 65-52 now for the Golden Grizzlies. Meanwhile, Hooper starts it off for the Titans. Gives it to Jackson, gives it to Hooper, gives it all the way to O'Brien. Throws it over Ebert's head to Hooper, gives it to Jackson. Has Smith guarding her. And now Grimm tries to steal it, but is no good on that effort. Meanwhile, Hooper tries to go up for a hook shot, no good as it goes out of bounds. It'll be Oakland ball.
And a good play down low. Not really, you don't really want to go chest to chest with Leanna Baxter. She tends to win that battle 9 times out of 10 and wins it there.
Jazzy will resume play for the Golden Grizzlies. Amy Grimm has it now for Oakland. Gives it back to Ebert. Circles around the defensive end. Gives it to Smith. Keys it to Skorupski, who is wide open. Gives it to Baxter, but is juggled and intercepted by the Titans. That is McQueen now who has it. That was Maddie Diabati with the interception, but Oakland now has it. No good on the shot there for the Titans. Eber once again has it back on the offensive end for Oakland, who gives it to Danny Grimm. Grimm stops, tries to swipe it, or Detroit Mercy tries to swipe it. Danny says, "Nope, I'm not going to let you do that." A little fight for the ball there. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Dribbles up into the paint, flips it back to Baxter. Baxter gives it to Grimm. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Goes up for two. Off the right side. No, doesn't hit the rim or doesn't hit the net, and it bounces out of bounds.
That's about the fourth shot clock violation forced by Detroit Mercy tonight. So despite severely losing the turnover battle right now, 26-18, them having 26, they have played some pretty good half-court defense as we see Royal Davis come back in the game with her 4 personal fouls.
Hooper has it now for the Titans. Charges up into the paint. We got another stop to play. Looks like it's a travel on Hooper, so it'll be Oakland ball.
And just a poor jump stop. Slides a bit on the court, and it's going to be another turnover ball back to the Grizzlies.
Royal Davis will be doing the honors right now for this. Flips it to Grimm. Grimm rushes, but then stops immediately before she hits half court. Gets a pass to Smith. Gives it back to Grimm. Grimm getting her bearings back in order. Gets it over Jackson's head to Leanna Baxter. Baxter trying to fight with Edwards for the ball, who then toss it backwards to Smith. Smith gets the screen attempt there from Baxter, gives it back to Grimm. Grimm for three. And it is good. 68-52 now for Oakland. 2:22 left in the fourth period. Meanwhile, McQueen tries to respond, gives it to Jackson, and it is no good, but it looks like another foul drawn there by Oakland.
And that 3 from the Grizzlies comes from the Leanna Baxter screen. She set 2 on that possession, 1 being the one that opened and brought a defender away from the shooter. Wide open jump shot is in for 3. Beautiful offensive possession by the Grizzlies to give them the 16-point lead.
Although, unfortunately, it's Detroit Mercy ball right now on the free throw attempt. That is Jackson once again for another attempt. Up, and it is no good.
Just very poor free throw shooting tonight. 6 for 12, 50% from the line for U of D. As for 11 for 16 from Oakland's end, they're shooting 68%.
Well, Jackson goes 1 for 4 now on the free throw attempt. Still 68-52. A little more than 2 minutes left in the game as Oakland has the ball right now. Skorupski loses it, bounces up, tries to get to the rim. She does. Now Baxter goes up for a layup, and it is good. Now pierces the 70 threshold. 70-52 now with less than 2 minutes to go in the game.
And just upset on the sideline is the Detroit Mercy coaching staff, and I don't blame them. That was a broken possession, and Oakland still ended up with the easy 2 down low.
Well, O'Brien's three-point attempt is no good, and it's a jump ball for Oakland now.
And they're going to call the jump. It'll go to OU with 1:48 to go. Oakland playing fantastic on defensive now. Royal Davis back in the game.
He'll be the one who resumes play after the jump ball. Gives it to Danny Grimm. Gets it over Jackson's head, but is intercepted by Katie Burton. Gets her hands on it now. O'Brien goes for another 3. No good. Rebound attempt is in Oakland's favor and is once again another jump ball. And looks like it's going to be Detroit Mercy's ball.
And another jump ball. Good rebound there by Royal Davis, but just all over her is the Detroit Mercy defense, trying their best to keep the ball in their possession. They're down by 18 with 1:35 to go. They're going to need as many possessions as they can get.
They're going to need a quick 2-point shot right here after this. After that pass. Now Edwards now gets it, goes up for 2, banks it off the glass, and it is in. Just like I said, need to find some quick scoring now to get that lead back. It's 70-54 right now for the Golden Grizzlies with 1:23 left in the game. Brufsey has it out in the offensive end. Spins away from McQueen, but she will not be stopped that easily. But she passes it over to Smith, and it looks like it's going to be a foul on Smith. Knocks Burton down to the ground.
Smith's got 4 personals, 2 of which have come on the offensive end. And I'll be honest, Noah, that one definitely could have gone either way. It didn't really look like the defender had a set position on her, but she's going to get tacked with a foul, and it's going to be Detroit Mercy possession.
Well, in that case, Burton must have been a great actor because she hit the block top really hard. Meanwhile, O'Brien has the ball for the Titans to resume play. Gives it to McQueen, goes up for a 2-shot, but it's no good.
A foul called on the floor. This one looks like it's going to go to Grimm.
It is.
And
Yep, it is on Grimm.
it's going to put Detroit Mercy into the bonus, so they're going to have free throws. Thankfully, for Oakland's favor, they have not been shooting them well today. 46% at the line. Despite having no free throw attempts in the first half, after these two, they're going to have had 15 on the game, nearly as much as Oakland has had. So they got to the line this half, but unfortunately, so far, it has not been a difference maker.
Well, that first attempt by Edwards is good. Makes it 70-55 now. 15-point deficit for the Titans, looking to make it a 14-point deficit as Edwards drains her second free throw attempt now. 70-56 with a little more than a minute left in the game. Oakland's going to have to not make any dumb mistakes right now with such little time left.
And unfortunately, as you were speaking it came into existence, a traveling violation there on Dupre-Bear. Had the opening, went to pass it, lane got cut off, and it's happened to anyone who's played basketball before. Unfortunately, you're in the air and you can't really stop, so traveling violation called.
Well, a shot there by McQueen is no good, but the rebound attempt is good, and now Edwards gets those 2 points and the N1 attempt now. 12-point deficit for the Titans, 70-58 with 45 seconds left.
Detroit Mercy is on to something here. Another basket right at the end, and one. Baxter got the rebound, but it was just kind of taken away. Good play by Edwards, who has had a quiet but good performance tonight. She's got 10 points, 6 boards, 4 steals, and an assist.
Meanwhile, the N1 attempt, it looked like it was going to go in, but no, Mosey's right out, but looks like another stoppage of play right there. It looks like it would be a timeout called on Detroit Mercy, or not, Oakland. I was thinking they should definitely call a timeout now, especially with what's going on right now. But that being said, after the timeout, we will head to a break. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball. Welcome back to the action. This is WXOU 88.3 FM, your home for OU basketball. We're nearing the end of this women's basketball matchup between the Golden Grizzlies and the Titans. Oakland is up by 12 right now, 70-58. Less than 45 seconds left. Oakland's going to get the ball back to resume play after the timeout called by Coach Richard. Bear with the inbound, gives it to Skrupski, and another whistle called.
And that's going to send her to the line. 2 free throws coming up from Skrupski. And this, we talked before, for anyone who was listening at the beginning of this game, this was a very important matchup. One, it's the Subway Series. It's the interstate matchup, Detroit versus OU. It's always a good game regardless. It's always an important game regardless. But as it comes to standings in the Horizon League, it was a very important game. This is going to put Oakland at the 4 seed in front of Detroit Mercy. And also, it's going to snap that 3-game losing streak. Richards took over as head coach halfway through this season. They have struggled recently. 6 of the last 7 they have lost. And this is a huge win for them to get a better position in the seeding and also just to break that streak. As for Detroit Mercy, they're going to continue their losing streak if they don't end up coming back in this game. And that's going to put them at the last 4 they've lost. And they're going to need something to turn around soon if they're going to want to get some better positioning in these standings.
You were speaking, Gavin. Ruffy gets her free throw attempt up and good. She's now at 33 points now in this game. As Oakland calls yet another time. No, Detroit Mercy calls a timeout this time.
Yes, 33 points. A fantastic performance. 12 for 19 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, 7 for 10 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 steals. Just a great all-around performance for Skorupski. That being said, Royal Davis also shows up primarily on that defensive end. 5 points, 12 rebounds, an assist, 8 steals, and 2 blocks. So two fantastic, best performances you could possibly ask for has Coach Richards on both ends of the floor, and that's a recipe for success.
Jackson has the ball now for the Titans. Goes up for the lane for two. Bounces up, in, and in. 36.4 seconds left. Detroit Mercy is down by 11 right now. Meanwhile, Oakland with a big shift in the for their starting five. Skrupski's still in, but a lot of the rest of them just went to the bench.
It's been a bit of a different scene here today, and obviously it's worked. I mean, 71-60 lead right now with the ball. A great step through by Jackson to score on that last possession for Detroit Mercy to bring it within 11. But with 36 seconds left and possession for the Grizzlies, it's going to be tough for Detroit Mercy to stand out on top of this one.
Yeah, they're going to need to score early, and they're going to need to score often. And they got 36 seconds to do so. Meanwhile, for the Golden Grizzlies, like I said, Scruffy is still in, but there are some new faces in right now. Number 23, Leah Bullard. You got number 10, Madeline Rendell. I believe that is number 11, Jaden Alam as well. And as number 20, I believe that's number 22, Callie Dunson. Oh, no, that's number 25, Riley Abney.
And they call a jump ball in that possession, and I'm going to be honest, the fans agreeing with me. That was just not a good call. I mean, Skorupski get grabbed from all over. They call the jump, but possession does stay with the Grizzlies. And now the difference now is that Detroit Mercy now has the possession arrow on what could be said to be a pretty poor call. So if these two free throws are missed and a basket is made by Detroit, they can force a jump ball instead of having to foul, and then they can get possession back their way without having to give up the possibility of free throws to be knocked down.
Scruffy's back up to the line for the Golden Grizzlies now. First free throw attempt is up, and it is good. 72-60 now. Puts her at 34 points in the game so far. All right, here comes free throw attempt number 2 for Skorupski. Goes it a little bit. Gets ready, up, and it is good. Great game so far for Skorupski. Makes it a 73-60 game, 13-point lead for the Golden Grizzlies.
That's going to give her 35 tonight on the night. What a great performance. On 39 minutes, I'm just noticing, Noah, that she's played the entire game here tonight. She has not sat once. And I would assume that she's going to play the rest of the game with 30 seconds to go with the 13-point lead. She's been such a crucial point offensively and also defensively with the steals. She's been a great ball movement player today. She's got 5 assists, fantastic vision on the floor. And I think that's been one of the important differences she's made. She's the primary ball handler for this team. She's got great court vision, and she opens up passing lanes that typically aren't there. Her connection with Baxter has been a huge difference. Baxter's got 12 points on this game. 4 of them have been assisted, all of them coming from Maddie Skorupski.
Well, Jasmine Edwards on the inbound there gives it to Jackson. Flips it over to O'Brien, who tries to go for a 3. Trying to play a little hero ball now for the Titans. 73-63. Now the lead's cut down to 10.
And another timeout called by OU. And this game is staying alive. That'll be one more 30-second timeout for both teams.
23 seconds left in the period.
You'd have to think that if Oakland, even if Oakland doesn't make these free throws, this is tough for Detroit to come back. They're down by 10. They're going to have to hit something at the last second. O'Brien hit that last three-pointer. She very quietly jumped to 14 points, 4 for 8 from the night. Had a great second half. After only having 3 points in the first half, she's able to get up to her average with 14.
And then he need more of that now, especially with how much time's left in this game. Yeah, like O'Brien, most of O'Brien, if not almost all of her points have come from the arc, beyond the arc.
And OU emptying their bench here, keeping Skorupski on the floor for the movement.
You know, Riley Abney will be doing the inbound pass for the Golden Grizzlies. Gives it to Skorupski. 2 Titans, I believe that's Jackson O'Brien try to strip it away from Skorupski as the whistle is blown.
They're going to put that one on O'Brien. 2 more free throws coming up for Skorupski.
Can't be doing that, especially with how little left in the game there is, and you're down by 10. You're basically giving the ball to Oakland's best player.
She shot 9 for 12 tonight from free throw. Make that 10 for 13. And there's no reason that she'd be missing any of these shots anytime soon.
Not at all. First free throw, like you said, is good. Here comes number 2. Up and good. She makes that look flawless. 75-63 now, up by 12 with 21 seconds left in the game. It looks like another timeout call designed by Detroit Mercy again.
And for anyone that's listening on any way, shape, or form to this game, stay tuned, stay right where you at, because coming at 4 o'clock, we're going to have the men's basketball team taking on NKU right here on WXOU. You can hear Noah and Jacob on the call for the second game in today's doubleheader.
All I can say about this game has been a great job by the Golden Grizzlies so far. Up by 12 right now, 21 seconds. It seems like they're in the driver's seat right now, and I don't think it's going to be changing anytime soon.
They stepped up when they needed to. A tough game they knew coming in, and they played exactly like how they needed to, giving them this lead, giving them that position in the Horizon League. It's going to make a difference as we are a little less than halfway through the conference schedule. By the time March comes around, the higher you seed in the Horizon League, the better positions you get for the tournament. And with how powerful Green Bay and Purdue-Fort Wayne have been on the top of the standings, I mean, Purdue-Fort Wayne has not lost a single game in conference, whereas Green Bay is 11-1. So two teams that have been on top of the Horizon League. It's going to take pretty much anything to get to a better spot come tournament time.
Edwards resumes play with the inbound, gives it to Tripp. Tripp tries to lob it behind her, but it's no good. Abney and a couple other Titans are fighting for the ball, but it's be a jump ball.
And that possession is going to go to Detroit Mercy. At this point, it's a little redundant. The score is 12 with 16 to go. It would take an absolute miracle to win this ball game.
13 seconds left. McQueen goes for a three. No good right there. Back into the hands of the Golden Grizzlies. Skrupski has it. Gonna try and get a hold on it, but it looks like another whistle blown right there.
And with 6.7 seconds to go, Skrupski will hit the line once again. Good news is she's getting a lot of free throw practice today. She's shot in 14, and she's going to be taking 15 and 16 here in a moment.
And she's 11 for 14 right now on those free throw attempts. Let's see if she can make it. 13 for 16. Here we go. Refs resuming play. First free throw attempt is here for Skorupski. She's ready. Goes up, and it is good. That's one. 12-15 right now. Makes it 76-63 now. 75-63. Second one is up, and it is good. I guess we're just not going to... There we go. Took a minute for that. 77-63, actually, as the clock hits 0. Last-ditch effort right there by Tripp is no good, as Oakland takes the win against Detroit Mercy, 77-63. Phenomenal game right there for the Golden Grizzlies, especially by Maddie Skorupski getting 39 points on the game. But with that being said, we're going to go back to the music, and we will be back with men's basketball matchup as Greg Campy comes back as they play the Northern Kentucky North. I'll be here on play-by-play. Jacob Bohr will be here on color. We'll be right back. This is 88.3 FM WXOU, your home for OU basketball.